You set your alarm with good intentions, even after promising yourself you'd start strong. What if you could steal the exact morning routine that separates winners from everyone else? In this video, I'll share 6 science-backed habits used by the world's most successful people that will completely transform your mornings and your life. I discovered these patterns after studying the morning routines of over 100 high achievers, from CEOs to Olympic athletes. The surprising truth? They don't have more time or willpower than you. They just structure their first hour differently. The problem is, most people waste their peak mental states scrolling through their phones or rushing out the door in chaos. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to engineer a morning that sets you up for automatic success. Let's dive in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most people think successful mornings start with meditation or exercise, but winners do something completely different first. The mind sweep is a brain dump technique, where you spend exactly 5 minutes writing down every thought, worry, or task bouncing around your head the moment you wake up. No structure, no editing, just pure mental release onto paper. Think of it as emptying your brain's cache before you start processing new information. Research from UCLA's psychology department found that unexpressed thoughts consume up to 30% of your working memory throughout the day. Your brain literally can't focus on new tasks when it's holding on to yesterday's unfinished business. This works because your prefrontal cortex, the decision-making part of your brain, is freshest in the first hour after waking. By capturing these thoughts immediately, you free up massive mental bandwidth for what actually matters. Japanese productivity experts call this mental mise en place, borrowing from the chef's practice of preparing ingredients before cooking. First, keep a dedicated notebook and pen on your nightstand, not your phone. Second, set a 5-minute timer the moment you sit up in bed. Third, write in stream of consciousness style without lifting your pen. Need to email Sarah, worried about presentation, forgot to buy groceries, feeling anxious about. Fourth, close the notebook and don't review it until your planning session later. The common mistake? People try to organize or solve problems during the sweep. Don't. Just capture and release. For instance, instead of writing, "I need to create a detailed plan for my presentation," simply write presentation stress and move on. But that's not all. This habit alone can reclaim hours of mental energy. Now let's talk about what winners do with their bodies immediately after. This next one is crucial, and it has nothing to do with hour-long gym sessions or complicated workout plans. The 2-minute movement ritual is a specific sequence of dynamic movements performed immediately after your mind sweep. We're talking jumping jacks, arm circles, high knees, or even dancing to one song. The key is elevating your heart rate for exactly 120 seconds, no more, no less. This isn't exercise. It's a biological switch flip. Stanford's Sleep Research Center discovered that 2 minutes of moderate movement increases cortisol and adrenaline in the perfect ratio for alertness without stress. Your body has been horizontal for 7 to 8 hours, and blood pooled in your lower extremities overnight. This works because movement forces rapid oxygen circulation to your brain, increasing alertness by up to 40% faster than caffeine alone. Olympic athletes have used this protocol for decades because it activates your sympathetic nervous system, the ready-for-action mode, without triggering the fight-or-flight response that makes you feel anxious. First, choose your movement the night before, so decision fatigue doesn't sabotage you. Second, play one upbeat song, approximately 2 to 3 minutes, as your soundtrack and timer. Third, focus on full-body movements that engage both upper and lower body simultaneously. Burpees, mountain climbers, or dancing like nobody's watching. Fourth, end with 3 deep breaths to transition from movement to focus. The mistake people make? Going too hard and exhausting themselves before the day begins. You want energized, not depleted. For instance, instead of doing 50 push-ups until failure, do 10 explosive jumping jacks, 10 high knees, and 10 arm circles repeated twice. Now let's talk about something even more powerful, something that happens before you put anything in your body. Most people don't know this, but your morning coffee is sabotaging your energy if you skip this step. The hydration head start means drinking 16 to 20 ounces of room temperature water within 10 minutes of waking up, before any coffee, tea, or food touches your lips. Add a pinch of sea salt and squeeze of lemon if you want to upgrade to expert level. This single glass does more for your alertness than most people's entire morning routine. Research from the Journal of Applied Physiology found that you lose approximately 1 liter of water through breathing and perspiration during sleep. Even 2% dehydration reduces cognitive performance by 20% and slows reaction time equivalent to having a blood alcohol level of 0.05%. This works because your brain is 75% water, and every chemical reaction in your body requires water as a catalyst. When you drink coffee first on an empty, dehydrated stomach, the caffeine hits too hard, causing jitters and a crash. Ayurvedic medicine has prescribed morning water for over 5,000 years because it awakens the digestive fire and flushes accumulated toxins. First, fill a large glass or bottle with 16 to 20 ounces of water before bed and leave it on your nightstand. Second, drink the entire amount within your first 10 minutes of waking, ideally before leaving your bedroom. Third, wait 20 to 30 minutes before consuming caffeine to let the hydration absorb and caffeine receptors reset. Fourth, upgrade with additions, pinch of pink Himalayan salt for electrolytes or fresh lemon juice for liver support. The common mistake? Drinking ice-cold water, which shocks your system and slows absorption. Room temperature or slightly warm is optimal. For instance, instead of chugging cold water from the fridge, prepare your room temp water the night before. This brings me to the next secret, one that separates the focused from the frantic. Here's where most people lose the game before 7 a.m. They hand control of their mind to everyone else. The zero input window is a sacred 60 to 90-minute period after waking where you consume absolutely zero external input. No phone, no email, no news, no social media, no texts. Your morning belongs to you, not the world's agenda. This is the single habit that elite performers guard religiously. MIT neuroscientists discovered that the first hour after waking has 2.5 times the neuroplasticity of any other time of day. Your brain is in a theta wave state, making it hyper-receptive to whatever information enters. This works because checking your phone immediately triggers reactive mode, flooding your brain with other people's priorities, problems, and emotional energy. When you consume input before output, you program your subconscious to serve everyone else's agenda. Tech executives like Jack Dorsey and Tim Ferriss follow this rule religiously because it preserves what psychologists call cognitive sovereignty, the ability to think your thoughts before processing others' demands. First, charge your phone in a different room, not on your nightstand. This removes the temptation entirely. Second, use an old-fashioned alarm clock instead of your phone alarm. Third, establish a replacement routine for that phone-checking impulse. Read physical books, journal, or plan your day on paper. Fourth, inform important people of your blackout window so emergencies can reach you through alternative channels. The mistake everyone makes? Just checking one quick thing that spirals into 45 minutes of inbox doom. There's no such thing as quick checking. For instance, instead of "I'll just see if anything urgent came in," commit to "My morning is mine until 8 a.m., period. But wait, there's more to this. Winners also use their protected morning time for this next habit. This next one is where clarity meets action. Most people write endless to-do lists. Winners write 3 lines. The 3-goal daily target is the practice of identifying exactly 3 non-negotiable outcomes you'll accomplish before the day ends. Not 10 tasks, not a wish list. 3 specific, measurable wins that would make today objectively successful. These become your North Star, while everything else is just noise. Harvard Business School research on productivity found that people who define 1 to 3 priorities complete 5 times more important work than those with long task lists. This works because of the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain obsessively focuses on uncompleted tasks, and when you have 20 items, your mental energy scatters across all of them. With only 3 targets, your reticular activating system, the brain's focus filter, automatically spots opportunities and resources to complete them. Warren Buffett famously uses the 5-25 rule: identify 25 goals, circle your top 5, and avoid the other 20 at all costs. The 3-goal target takes this even further to daily execution level. First, during your 0-input window, open your notebook to a fresh page labeled with today's date. Second, ask yourself, if I could only accomplish 3 things today, what would make the biggest impact on my life? Third, write each goal using the outcome plus metric format. Not work on project, but complete 5 slides of presentation or exercise for 30 minutes. Fourth, rank them 1 to 2 minus 3 in order of importance, and commit to finishing goal first before touching goal second. The common mistake? Making goals too vague or too easy. They should stretch you but be absolutely completable within 24 hours. For instance, instead of be more productive, write finish client proposal by 3 p.m. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I remember to do it? That's where the final habit comes in. There's a scientific reason for this, and it's fascinating. Winners don't rely on morning motivation. They engineer inevitability the night before. The evening preload is a 10-minute nighttime routine where you physically prepare everything you'll need for your perfect morning. Lay out clothes, prepare your mind's sweep notebook and pen, fill your water bottle, set up your 3-goal journal, and remove all friction from tomorrow's first hour. You're essentially setting up dominoes that will fall automatically. Research from Duke University found that 40% of our daily actions aren't decisions, but habits triggered by environmental cues. This works because every decision requires willpower, and willpower is a finite resource that depletes throughout the day. By preloading, you bypass decision fatigue entirely. Your evening self, still rational and motivated, makes choices for your groggy morning self. Olympic coach James Clear calls this reducing the activation energy of good habits. When your workout clothes are laid out, you're 3 times more likely to exercise. When your journal is open to a blank page, you're 5 times more likely to write. First, set a phone reminder for 9 p.m. labeled Preload Tomorrow's Win. Second, spend exactly 10 minutes doing this checklist. Lay out tomorrow's clothes, prep breakfast ingredients or coffee setup, place your water bottle on your nightstand, open your mind sweep journal to a fresh page with pen on top, write tomorrow's date in your 3-goal journal, and charge your phone outside your bedroom. Third, visualize yourself moving through the morning sequence while you prepare each item. Fourth, make this the absolute last thing you do before your bedtime routine. The mistake people make? Doing this lazily or skipping it when tired. This 10-minute investment has a 10 times return. For instance, instead of, I'll figure it out tomorrow, spend 10 minutes tonight creating automatic success. You've already watched this far, so let me share. These 6 habits work synergistically. Each one amplifies the others. Let's quickly review what we covered today, so you can start implementing immediately. Number 1, the 5-minute mind sweep clears mental clutter. Number 2, the 2-minute movement ritual activates your body. Number 3, the hydration head start fuels your brain. Number 4, the 0-input window protects your focus. Number 5, the 3-goal daily target directs your energy. Number 6, The evening preload removes all friction. Remember, winning at life isn't about massive overnight changes. It's about engineering your first hour so intelligently that success becomes inevitable. You have everything you need to become a morning person who actually wins. The only difference between someone stuck in mediocrity and someone living their dream life is the first 60 minutes after their eyes open. Don't wait until Monday or next month or when you feel ready. Tomorrow morning you're starting with just habit first, the 5-minute mind sweep. That's it. Do that for 7 days, then add habit 2. I promise you, 6 months from now, you'll thank yourself for watching this video today. If you found this helpful, smash that like button so YouTube shows this to more people who need it. Subscribe for more evidence-based self-improvement content that actually works, not just sounds good. Drop a comment telling me which of these 6 habits you're starting tomorrow, or share your current morning routine. I read every single comment, and if you want to learn how to build unbreakable discipline that works on autopilot, check out this video next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.